Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'll give it a minute to see if anybody joins. Sorry I'm late, but if you know me, you know. That's how I roll. I don't mean to, but yeah. It's taken a lot of nerve to do this. It really has. So, if you're catching me on the replay, hashtag replay. And if you're here with me, say, hey, what's up? Is that you, Coco? Oh, wow. It's been an eventful couple of weeks, man. Can y'all hear me okay? Okay, just making sure, because there's a, what's that thing called? Heat pump? I don't know. It's air conditioning, automatic air conditioning. I don't know. Air conditioning is not my thing, but it makes noise. If you can't hear me, just let me know. So, wow. How about this shift, y'all? I know y'all feel it in some way or another, man. I'm telling you, it's been really, really rough. It has. At first, I love you too, Coco. I do. Anyhow, I'm in Ohio, man. I had an excellent road trip to New England. What was it, last week? Oh, it was great. It was really good. But oh my God, you can't have light without darkness, right, man? Oh my God, I thought I was going to die. I forgot my headphones. So I was in a vehicle for like 5 days with no music. I thought I was going to effing die. I'm not lying to you, dude. Nope. Nope, not at all. And I was uncomfortable. I'm getting old, and yeah. But it was great. It was great all the same. Miss Judy. It's so cool because I had never met Miss Judy face to face. We actually become friends back in February in a group, and we hit it off. And we've been friends ever since, and she hit me up wanting to know if I wanted to go on an impromptu road trip with her to Connecticut. Oh my God, it was great, man. This woman went out of her way just to show me Niagara Falls, and that just wow, something to it. But yeah, I had a lot of time to ponder. It was beautiful. She had a reunion with her son that she has not seen since 2012, and it was just a beautiful thing, man. I'm so honored and humbled to have got to have been part of something so beautiful. Yeah, but I'm sure I was a handful, man. I was grouchy. The last 2 days, my feet had swelled up really, really big, and yeah, it sucked, man. I'm telling you. I had cankles, and my toes were this big around, and yeah, it was a whole thing. I had to do some shadow work when I get back, and I'm still doing a lot. Shadow work is not for the weak, man. It's not. Shadow work is a bitch. I'm telling you. It really, really is. So, at my parents' house, still, in Ohio. I got a new grandbaby, y'all know that. So, yeah, the Costa Rica thing is officially off the table for a while. Am I going? I believe I am. However, I'm not going in the same capacity. I really don't want anything to do with, how do I say this? I'm just done with the situation that had opened. I'm done with the opportunity, I guess you could say, that presented itself for me to go down there. I refuse, absolutely refuse to go against any of my truth, man. No, I worked too freaking hard to find it, seriously. And I think it really, really sucks. I think that when I was first approached with it, I sat on my porch one night and explained what I was willing to do and what I was not willing to do. And I spoke my truth very, very clearly and very blunt. And there was an understanding. Hey, Rich, how you doing? Are you in Georgia? Yeah, yeah, Coco, this was, I'm just going to say it, man. I left my religion, dude. When I had my awakening back in January, well, when I started having my awakening back in January, I got a lot more than I asked for, dude. Like, I was seeking clarity because, like, I've had a lot of prophecy, the God, source, whatever you want to call it, was showing me things that did not make sense and that I just couldn't come up with an answer for it, what it all meant. I was very confused. My daughter ends up pregnant at 18. I kind of lose my shit a little bit. And on top of the stuff the visions that I was having, yeah, I went on a Daniel fast to seek clarity. And I got it. Way, way more than I asked for. But those of you that know me close, I think, know that I have completely and totally renounced my religion. I have. It's hard to do, man. It's hard to break away from conditioning, you know, but when something's showing to you, and I've tested the spirit on this every single, thank you so much, Coco, I love you so much. I have tested what I felt and what my gut was telling me to the spirit every single day this year, man. Every single day this year. And what my Creator has shown me does not line up with the Bible. It does not. And it's sad. It's sad because y'all know I'm a Jesus freak. I love Jesus. I just got to know him in such a different way, man. Oh my God. I got chills and my heart's palpitating just talking about him. I love Jesus. I do. I'll always love Jesus, but I will never claim to be a Christian again. I will not ever abuse anybody using the Bible. I was gaslighted. Do you say gaslighted or gaslit? Anyhow, I was gaslighted my whole life with the Bible, man. I had gifts at a very young age that the church and family and everybody considered to be demonic, and I was suppressed my whole life, man. It led me into 25 years of institutions and medication, and I've even been exorcised, man. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, I've got a lot of people rebuking my spirit publicly now, but I don't really care, man. You know, work it out yourself with fear and trembling, man. That's what I'm doing. Anyhow, it's not easy leaving. I come from a Christian family. I'm so grateful that my daughter and my sister and my parents are okay with it. But yeah, I decided that I will not be gaslighted again, especially with the Bible. I will not be abused by it again. I will not abuse anybody else with it, and I'm not going to preach it. I'm not. I made this clear back in May, I think it was. I made this very clear to my soul sister, and y'all know I had the aura hypnosis. Hey Mandy, how you doing, sweetheart? Y'all know I had the aura hypnosis. Boy, was that something. Yeah, it was like a 3.5 hour session, and I'm supposed to have one again this week, but I think I'm going to hold off a little bit and fast. I've been eating meat. I learned how to shield my energy, and I've been eating meat It hasn't caused me any pain or anything. I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. But I'm poor right now, and I'm eating off my parents, so I got to eat what they eat. And yeah, I'm struggling with it. I am. Yeah, I ate almond joy earlier. And soda, and like I really don't like that right now, but it'll straighten out soon. Anyhow, about Costa Rica, yeah. I shared my session with 2 of my close friends. That there's a few of y'all. If y'all would like to see it, I'll let you see it too. But I shared my hypnosis, my quantum healing hypnosis, with 2 very, because I was still trying to process it. It was a lot, y'all. It was a lot. Oh my God, it was a lot. It made sense of so much, but it still left me with a lot of questions. So anyhow, I shared my hypnosis with my girl, my very bestest friend. And wow, I don't know if I would call it judged. I don't know if I would call it persecuted. I'm not quite sure. I'm still trying to process what went down. I'm very, very hurt over it. I'm very, very hurt over it, because this girl knows me better than anybody does. And I'm not going to subject myself to that. I'm not. I'm a little bit angry about it because I told her, I was very, very clear, like selling everything you own and giving everything away to leave to go to somewhere else, and then spending the money that needs to be spent and everything to get to a whole other country. That was a big deal for me, and I wanted to be 100% sure. And do I think it would have been God ordained? Of course I do. Of course I do. I think I could have done a lot of work down there. But, I got more work cut out for me here or wherever. I don't have to be down there. I am Coco, and, there's not a whole lot going to tame me, man. And I'm not even sure if anything can, man. Like, seriously. I cannot and will not live my life on somebody else's terms. I will not do it, man. I will not. And I love my life. I really, really do. Do I know what the hell I'm going to do? No, I don't. I'm trying to get an apartment in Canton for now until I figure out what I'm doing. I am planning on hopefully stacking a little bit of money. And I'm also a member of Workaway and Woofer. So I'm working out some places, different places to go. I got a passport now, dude. I want to get that sucker stamped. Yeah. So, and the Spirit has a lot for me to do. I really feel that. But anyhow, I just cannot subject myself. I don't want to put the pressure on her. I don't want the pressure on me. I don't do expectations, dude. I just don't do it. And it hurts a little bit, because like I have given and sold all my stuff. Like I've got a bed left, and I've got a couch and a chair. That's all, y'all. Like everything that I didn't sell, my daughter had bought. She bought a house, a trailer. Her and Elijah bought a trailer, and they just have a new baby, and they were just starting out, so everything I had left I give to them. And then I find out I'm not going to Costa Rica, and it's like I got to start all over again, and it's just like, oh my God, and it's a little discouraging. It really, really is. But then again, dude, do y'all know anybody that has lost everything and had to start over like I have? No. No. And it was all with good intentions this time, so, I don't know, but it is hard. It is hard. I was attached to my things, and, yeah, life is very different. I don't mean to have been quiet for, 2 weeks. I usually don't do that, and I'm being so quiet now, like I'm not even answering messages and stuff. It's too much. Come on, y'all. I just moved back into my parents' house. Now, for those of y'all that know me, the last 2 times I've lived with my parents, I've ended up in jail. And yeah, my daddy put me there 2 times, y'all. 2 times. But the last time I ended up leaving in a freaking... Aw, thank you so much, Leslie. I do know that. I do know that. Give Joey love for me, and your mama too. But yeah, anyhow, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to tell you people that, you know, I mean, like, because I've done so, you know, for the past 25 years, man, I've done nothing but disappoint everybody. You know, and the Lord has blessed me. He surely has. So I kind of see people's intentions, and I kind of read their energy towards me. And some of it has been very, very ugly. I mean, some from the people that I love, man. I mean, there's been, you know, there was a lot of grit there, and it was, you know, it's hard because some people wanted to see me fail, and then, you know, I kind of feel like I did, maybe. I mean, I didn't. Of course I didn't. I mean, like, shoot, nobody can roll with punches like I do. I mean, come on. But yeah, anyhow, it was hard to admit to people, man. And it was hard to let somebody see my hypnosis, dude. I mean, seriously. I mean, like, when you're completely under and you don't know what's coming out. And, like, I trusted these 2 girls. One of them is cool. She ain't said too much. But anyhow, the other one, the one, I mean, that hurt my heart, y'all. It really, really did. And I did. I mean, like, if y'all know me, y'all know I do not care. I mean, like, if I gotta cut my mommy off, I will. I mean, I hate that it's like that. But no, I mean, like, I'm not... There is no room in my life for negativity. There's not. There's not. And I'll tell you what, the minute that I realized that my thoughts created my reality, I was on top of taking every thought captive and transforming my mind and getting in the habit. You know, I mean, like, what is it? The 5-to-1 rule that says it takes 5 positive thoughts to counteract each negative. And that stuck with me when I first started Unique. And I might have been a little obsessive over it. Y'all know the whole Unique story. But anyhow, I might have been a little obsessive over it. But I would, like, actually every time I would have a negative thought or I would have negative self-talk, I would make sure I give 5 positive, yo. Seriously. And I'll tell you what, just from training my mind, training my thoughts, like, I don't look for the negative no more, man. You know, I see so many people saying, I always think the worst, I always think the worst. Man, y'all do it to yourselves. You're attracting the shit into your life that makes you, you know, that conditions you to expect the worst. And that's just, man, I can't even, I mean, I love my life. I love every effed up thing that I ever did because, you know, now I know that I've done every bit of it to myself. Really, really. And I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it all for learning experiences now. But anyhow, it's hard to admit to people, you know, because there's so many people rooting for me, you know, to get to Costa Rica. I mean, my God, it took me 17 years to get off probation, y'all. You know? And yeah, so I'm, you know, I mean, like, I'm trying to get an apartment here. I do not want to stay here. I do not want to stay here. Of course, I won't be in this house. My daddy's already asking me, when are you leaving? When are you leaving? He's asked me like 3 times already, and it's like, oh God. You know, I'm doing everything I can not to drive my daddy crazy. But we've gotten along great. He's been nice to me. He sure has. He's not been mean to me the first time. And, I mean, my dad's had strokes, y'all. It's not that he's a mean man. He's had several strokes, and he's like, you know, like a child in a lot of ways. But he's very, very difficult to deal with. Man, I ain't never not happy, Sylvia. Thank you. I ain't never not happy, man. I mean, like, this shift, like, the past several days, oh my God, man. I was so mad at myself yesterday for even breathing hard. I'm not lying to you. Everything pissed me off yesterday, man. I'm not lying. I'm talking, yeah. And it's tried to happen today. So, speaking of today, let me get over here and start talking about some funny shit. Y'all know me. Y'all know y'all know, especially lately, if you've watched me lately, you know that I told you I have a husband, right? I mean, like, he don't quite know. Oh, thank you so much, Sylvia. He's precious. Anyhow, oh God. Like, he might not know he's my husband yet, but I'm pretty sure that he's kind of, yeah, I don't even have contact with this dude. Seriously. I met this dude. I have been single for 11 years. I have been celibate for almost 4 long years, y'all. Anyhow, yeah, I met this dude, and my sister's been trying to introduce me to him for a couple years, man. And we finally ran into each other to cook out when I was up here in April. We went out on one date, and y'all remember the dry boxes dude, the dude that built me the dry boxes. Anyhow, I ended up spending a week with him back in May. I knew this dude was my husband. I am not looking for a man in any kind of way. I have not. Anyhow, I knew, I mean, like, the second time I was around this dude, like, I knew with every ounce of everything in me that this dude was my husband. I have no idea how it's going to work out. We don't even talk no more. I think I might have freaked him out. He thinks I'm crazy, but then again, it's all good. And I mean, like, we're all crazy in somebody else's eyes, aren't we? Anyhow, yeah, this dude, he's scared of me. I mean, like, I know what's going on with him. I know that sounds crazy. It's not that I have anybody telling me, or I'm not searching. I'm not looking at his social medias or anything like that. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I ain't had weed in a hot minute, and, like, I'm suffering a little bit. Yeah. So, anyhow, I don't have any contact with this dude. He got mad at me about a month ago. Still not sure why, but I mean, like, I know why. I know why in the 5D. In the 3D, I have no freaking idea, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna marry this dude. So anyhow, he lives here. He's from not far from here, but anyhow, yeah, that's kind of tough though too, because I know he really digs me, but he gotta work some stuff out. So anyhow, dude, I'm in a new town. I don't know anybody. My daughter and Elijah have a new baby, so they can't entertain me. My mom and dad, they wouldn't entertain me if they got paid for it, I don't believe. But anyhow, my sister, she's got 4 kids. She's busy with kids all the time, so they're not entertaining me either. And I have to entertain myself. Y'all know me. I mean, shoot, there were times when I would go 2 weeks without even speaking to somebody face to face, you know? So I'm not so much getting bored as much, I don't get bored. I think only people with shallow minds. I think that people who get bored are intellectually lazy. But anyhow, it's not that I'm bored, it's that I'm so freaking homesick, y'all. Oh my God, I'm so homesick, man. I don't have any animals up here. The only animals up here, I mean, Susie's in the house. You know, she's my dad's dog, so I can't get too close to her because he gets jealous, and then, you know, that'll just start stuff with him, and I'm not trying to do that. And I'm not really a dog person anyway. I mean, like, I thought I was until today. I take her walking to the park, and, like, she poops. And then, like, everybody's looking at me like I need to pick it up. I ain't doing it. She didn't poop in the park. She pooped on the side of the street, you know, that I was walking down the street. I ain't picking it up. I wouldn't even change the baby's diaper the other day. No. I know that sounds awful, but until I have to, I ain't. So, anyhow, I'm homesick. Y'all know I loved my porch. Y'all know that I had animals out there all the time. I had rabbits and chickens and groundhogs and wildcats and squirrels in my house, and I had the whole Snow White vibe thing going on. Y'all know that. Anyhow, dude, I don't even have mosquito up here. I've not seen the first mosquito since I've been here. There are sweat bees and there are bumblebees. I didn't have bumblebees at home. I got bumblebees here. There's a lot of those, but there is nothing. There is no life here. I'm in a freaking retirement community. Dude, yeah, and like, I spent 7 months in a nursing home after my accident, so it's not so much old people. It's the fact that it's so freaking hot here, nobody comes outside. Yeah, I mean, like, there is no life here to me. I know that sounds awful, but it's just like, I don't know. It's so different. I am so homesick. I really, really am. Oh, girl. Sylvia, let me tell you, you should see my legs. I have got scars from mosquito bites. I really, really do. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm homesick. I mean, like, the sky here is so big, and like my sky at home, the most stars I ever seen in the little piece of sky I had was 7 whole stars. Is the most I had ever seen, and I think I was on shrooms then, so there might only have been 3. So anyhow, it wasn't a trip thing, y'all know me, it was medicine. But yeah, I was outside and I remember counting 7 stars. But anyhow, yeah, I'm a little bit homesick. You know, I mean, like, all my people are still there, and, like, I don't know, it's lonely up here. It really, really is. I mean, like, I'm studying myself to death. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of studying. I probably need to do more. But I don't know where I'm at. I don't know how to get anywhere. I don't even know how to use GPS, dude. Judy thought she was getting a co-pilot. She thought she was getting a co-pilot. And I had no idea how to use freaking GPS. And I tried to use Waves, and that wasn't working either. We ended up going through every freaking toll in New York when we was going up. Thank God we didn't come back. But I had no idea. I can't even use, like, I don't even know if GPS would work, like, for me walking to town or something. I don't even know how that works. I hate technology, y'all. I really, really do. I mean, if it wasn't for my people, because I love y'all, y'all know I just absolutely love every one of your dope souls. Anyhow, if it wasn't for y'all, I would totally give up on social media. Yeah, it brings the ugly out of me, for real, especially with all this vaccination stuff, dude. Breaks my heart what's going on. So anyhow, let me tell you, today I decided, okay, I mean, like, I've tried to get everybody in the world to tell me how you meet people online without using a dating site. I was serious, man. I ain't trying to date nobody. Like I said, I got a husband. I might not see him again for 10 years, but I know this is my husband, and I just can't in good conscience go out on a date. Oh, God. Go out on a date with anybody. And anyhow, I decided, okay, if I go on Tinder, I'll be very, very clear that 1, I'm celibate, 2, I'm not looking for anything but a friend, and 3, I'm not going to be here long, you know, or that I'm new to town or whatever. Anyhow, so I put me on a profile on Tinder, and, like, you know, within the first, I mean, before I even knew what the hell I was doing, I had all these people popping up here and there. But, anyhow, this dude said he'd take me sightseeing. And, I mean, like, I kind of, you know, asked the spirits to guide me or whatnot, and, like, I didn't have any hang-ups or anything, and like I said, this is not a date, dude. No way, no how. I've got a husband somewhere, sometime, but I know he's out there. So, anyhow, this dude picks me up. His name's Joe. He seems really, really cool. I mean, like, we hit it off or whatever. And, like, he takes me to this creek because, like, we were talking, and he's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, no, just show me stuff. And I was talking about how homesick I was for the mountains and for nature and all that stuff and for water. So he takes me to this place called Overton. Overton, Ohio. Dude, I had no idea where I was at. I mean, like, it looked like West Virginia. We was going up hills, and there was lots of trees, and it kind of looked like the mountains, you know, a little road like this number. There ain't many roads in Ohio that do that. Every road here to me looks the same, and there's corn freaking everywhere. Oh, my God, there is so much corn. Anyhow, this dude, I don't like to be touched. If anybody knows me, I mean, like, I might hug you. If I feel funny, I will not. I will not, because I protect my energy. This dude is like holding the back of my hip as I'm walking, getting ready to go down the bank to get to this creek, dude. Anyhow, I might have just been imagining it, but I thought he tried to touch my butt. So I lose my shit a little bit, and I fall on my honey. And I'm in white pants. I'm in white jeans. And I ride that bank all the way down to the creek on my honey. All the way. Anyhow, yeah, he didn't like me. Like I set him straight, like I do. Y'all know me. But anyhow, it was an experience. I don't know if I'm going to Tinder again or not. I think I might have got my fix. I did have a good time. I mean, like, I almost ruined my shoes. I had to throw my jeans away, and like, I took a bath, and like, my feet are still itching. I mean, like, I was up to over my knees in mud. It was crazy. But I'm supposed to call back I've been trying to get a florist job with Bueller's in, it's a grocery store here, like a rich white people grocery store. But they have a floral department, like a real floral department, not like Kroger's, and I want to work there. I want to work there bad because I need a job, man. Like, I lost so much stuff on the way up here. I lost most of I've still got my apothecary, but I don't have any finished products. Hopefully they're in Sylvie's building or something. I don't know. I don't know where they're at, but I have been totally broke since I have been up here. I got 2 love offerings for like 25 bucks a piece when I was in Connecticut. But I have never been this broke in my life, dude. Never. So I'm gonna have to get a job. Swore I would never work again, y'all. We gotta do what you gotta do, though, right? Anyhow, God's good to me. Sylvie and the baby are doing great. I haven't got to see them too much, even though they live so close. I am not the parent that smothers my children. I refuse to ever be the parent that smothers my children. But I got to see him like 3 or 4 times, and like the last time he was here, we got to spend the full moon together. So y'all know I love that. But anyhow, I'd appreciate it if y'all would pray for me and send me some good vibes. Yeah. I haven't been doing a lot of writing lately. In fact, yesterday, I threw away every single thing that, now y'all know I'm writing a book. I felt led to do it though. But I'm still kind of freaking out over it, but I know the Spirit led me to do it. But I threw away everything that I have ever written up until this year. Yeah, so that's kind of scary, you know? Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. What part of North Carolina are you in? I used to live in Statesville, and I lived in High Point. Yeah, I got a lot of friends in North Carolina. North Carolina is a nice place to be, man. It really, really is. But yeah, anyhow, I appreciate y'all joining me near High Point. Wow. Wow, yeah, I lived in, was it called Trindale? It was between Archdale and, I can't remember the Trin. Is it called Trinity or something? But I think it was Trindale that I actually, town called Sophia. Sophia or Sophia? Yeah. Well, thank y'all for joining me. Oh, you are? I don't know where I'm going to wind up at. I do not want to be here in the winter, man. I don't do. I swore if I got off probation, I would never, ever experience snow again unless I was on vacation. Trinity is the next time. That's it. I know there's like Archdale, and I didn't know if it was Trinity or whatever, but Trindale was like right in the middle. But yeah, anyhow, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm weighing my options. I know that my family, they need me here, man. Yeah. Yeah. My mama, my parents, they're getting older, man. You know, and it's sad. It's sad that they deteriorate like they do. And it is so, so, so hard. Sylvia, if it is something that I can work from home doing, I don't know if it's something local, but please shoot me some links. I put over 300 applications in the past 15 months, and I've had one callback. And I gotta call them back tomorrow. Yeah. It's hard for a felon, man. I've got 6 years of college and all kinds of vocational stuff and lots of experience and can't get a job nowhere, man. I had not told them I'm not vaccinated. I had not told them my feelings about a mask. I had not told them that I'm some days crippled. Yeah, it's like they see that I'm a felon and then they don't want nothing to do for me, man. You know, they don't want nothing to do with me. Yeah, about my iron, I'm not so sure what's going on with my iron. I'm hoping, since I'm eating meat, it's back up again. I'm hoping. I just got medical insurance, and I'm getting referred, the cancer center in Dry Hill Road, they referred me to Akron General Hematology and Oncology. So hopefully I can get in there soon and find out how my iron's doing. But God's good, right? Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut it off for now. I love you all. I love you all. Bear with me on the messages. I have to detach sometimes, man. I mean, like, I have to look in, I guess. I don't know. But I love you all. May God bless you and increase you, and I will see you next time. Night, Sylvia.